Good morning. This is Miami Valley View, a public service program brought to you by iHeart Media Dayton. I am your host, Dave Alexander, and joining me this morning is the crew with the big Hoopla event.
Woohoo!
Good morning, Judy Dodge. How are you?
I'm just fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. So
Good.
always good time of year. And Sharon White also with us.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Pretty well. I'm a huge college basketball fan.
As am I.
Oh,
And this coming part of the year is one of the, when you think of March Madness, it ranks right up there with the Super Bowl. I mean, it has to. It's just that exciting of a tournament.
It is.
And to have it all kick off here in Dayton, Ohio is remarkable. And now, how many years has it been here? The first four?
officially, yeah.
Since 2001.
Yeah.
2001.
But it really kicked off more or less in 2012. I
Yes,
mean, that's when
yeah.
we just really exploded. with
Okay.
it. So, yeah.
Is that when it switched to, because was it only one game to start
Yeah,
off
and
with?
then they expanded it a bit.
Okay, yeah.
but
So now it's there's 4 games over the
but,
course of a couple of
Big
days.
teams,
so
yeah.
yeah, big teams. It's always great. 'Cause that's what I liked several years ago when they were starting to bring in like higher seeds that were coming in, which were bigger schools, which meant
Yeah.
you had an opportunity to see some really, really amazing basketball. But it's always amazing basketball. And what I love about this area is that we come to see it.
Oh, absolutely. And
You know what I
that's
mean?
why the NCAA likes it here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It is very unusual to have a tournament sell out before people even know
Yeah.
who's
Exactly.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you watch some of those. What do they call it? The first round, I guess these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
When like on a Thursday or Friday morning, and you look at the games at noon, and there's like you can count the amount of people on there. It's like
Oh, yeah,
there's
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 We're
1,000
sold out.
people in the stand.
We are sold out.
And
We
and
are
it's sold
out, and it's standing room only,
Yeah.
and it couldn't be more exciting
Yeah.
to be there.
So that's not only that's not the only thing that happens. Granted, the first 4 games
No.
are very important, but it's leading up to the first
And
4.
remember, the NCAA really doesn't have anything to do with the pre-events.
Right.
The Hoopla committee, the local organizing committee, wanted to create a fan experience
Yeah.
for people, especially for people who may not be able to get tickets to the game.
Yeah.
And it also gave us an opportunity to highlight and celebrate the military who are here
Yes.
from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and their families.
Yeah. So let's get an idea of what's leading up to that event. So when does it all start?
Selection Sunday.
Selection Sunday.
Selection
Yep.
Sunday
Yep.
tees everything off first thing in the morning with the 4-miler that has been happening forever for people who like to run distances, which Judy and I are not.
Yeah, I'm in that
two of
same
those
group
people.
as you guys.
We're the cheerleaders.
Right.
Yeah,
Got
that's
to
what
we
we do.
applaud
You
them.
do-
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. Way to get
Good
up
job,
early.
good job. And we stand at the finish line and high five
Yeah,
them. And,
yeah.
but yes, and because they run no matter what the weather is.
Yeah.
So we go from the 4-miler to the STEM challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this year it is going to be at the Nutter Center at Wright State University.
Nice.
Wright State stepped up in
Yeah.
a big way last year.
Yeah.
Been a great partner.
Right.
And they offered last year and are doing it again this year.
Nice.
Full scholarships for some of the STEM winners, which is huge.
Right.
And that really still ties into the support and highlight of education, but also what's happening at the base.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start thinking about workforce, you need to start prepping young people now.
Right. Yeah.
So it takes basketball because the kids have to go through these different educational modules in order to shoot the basket.
Got it.
And
I got
that's
you.
fun. And then we have schools as well as businesses come in and show different science projects
Yeah.
or different things. And so they draw the kids into that.
Yeah.
And, the parents are with them, and it's like K through
K through 8th.
K through 8. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what Judy's talking about is a lot of vendors like defense
Yeah.
contractors, Premier. I work for Premier. Premier Health has a booth there to talk about sports performance. And so you have all these companies that are situated around the base and throughout the region, and they set up booths. One of our partners is AES. They have a booth there.
Oh.
So all of these businesses, because they're all looking for pipeline employees.
Yeah.
in years to come.
Yeah,
So
sure.
anything that's tied into STEM education, there's
that
likely
vendor's gonna
going to
there.
be
Wow.
vendors there.
That's really cool.
So
And
that's
plus some of the high
Sunday.
schools also.
Yes,
will
yeah.
have different things that these kids
Sure.
can
So these
go
kids
to.
are, you got some
Exactly.
older kids that are going into high school. It's like, what's going on at the high school?
Then different areas they'll have basketball like tryouts. So and it's just fun just to walk around and everybody's happy, and then they've got food. Different little food.
But
So-
we anticipate like 1,000 people being
No
there.
kidding.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's huge.
Wow.
Because if Judy and I remember when the STEM challenge started at Chaminade Julienne High School.
Oh, wow.
And then
You've
we outgrew
gotten a lot
that.
bigger. Yeah.
You could hardly get down
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
So now it's so big, but it's like noon to 5 on Selection Sunday.
So the 4-miler is before, and where's the 4-miler ran?
The 4-miler is also going to be at Wright State.
At Wright State.
And that starts, the race starts at 10.
Okay.
But they start registering way earlier than that.
Yeah.
Can you get registered now?
Oh, yeah.
For
Oh,
all?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where would they go?
You
if they
could
want to
you could get to the link from the Hoopla website.
So look up the big Hoopla.
the big Hoopla
I mean,
website.
you
Dayton
can-
Hoopla.
Okay, Dayton. So if you Google Dayton Hoopla,
DaytonHoopla.com.
it's going to take you
It's
right.
gonna-
It's going to take you
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
everything
Okay.
Everything that's going
that's
on.
associated.
How to register.
So we've got the 4-miler, which anybody, it's all ages, right?
Correct.
It doesn't anybody. So
And
you
there
can
was
get.
always a crowd there.
Oh, I bet.
That run.
Yeah.
Which we're mortified at because we're like,
Well,
it's like 30 degrees and y'all out here
Sometimes.
running.
right.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it can get cold now.
Yeah.
It's still March. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Does it cost?
The 4-miler, I think it does. It's a nominal fee.
A small fee
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
registered.
Yeah, small
Okay.
fee. Yeah.
So you got the 4-miler in the morning, nice, bright and early. Get
Yep.
yourself up, and then bring the
STEM
kids down
challenge.
to the STEM challenge at the Nutter Center.
Yeah.
At Nutter Center.
And that
Absolutely.
lasts until
Till 5.
Till 5.
And then of course, we have Selection
Then
Sunday.
we have
We
Selection Sunday.
and then we have a group from the convention center that are watching this intently.
Sure.
Because as soon as the teams are named,
Yeah.
then they immediately contact them and they talk on the phone. How many
Sure.
rooms you need? Blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And they start putting these kids in the room.
Right.
And
So have
finding
you
out
guys?
when they fly in.
Have you had like any issues with like when bigger schools come in to the area? Like,
No.
are they
No.
like bringing a massive amount
Yes,
of people
they
with
do,
them? Okay.
and that's okay
yeah.
because
We got the
that's
room.
what fuels the economic impact
Exactly.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
this tournament has on this region.
Right.
And
So
we're
to
talking millions.
Judy's point in terms of Destination Dayton,
Yeah.
they are working in tandem
Yeah.
with UD officials at the arena.
Right.
And so they know Sunday.
Yeah.
Who's
Sunday
coming?
evening. Yeah.
Yep.
It is probably the craziest
Yeah.
room to be in
Sure.
Sunday night.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Because the teams,
I mean, do some of them come Monday?
they all come Monday.
They all come Monday. So
Yes.
you've got less than 24 hours to get it done.
Thank you.
So they're
Wow.
coming in. They're coming into Dayton International. Some
Yeah.
fly in to Wright Brothers, which
Okay.
is south
Yeah.
of town.
Yeah.
Some drive or
Some
take
bus
a
if
bus.
they're close enough.
But it's all a puzzle
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
Convention and Visitor Bureau has handled Sunday night,
Wow.
and then
That's great.
all the hotels are assigned.
Sure.
Every hotel you can think of
Especially around the
is
area, I'd
part.
imagine.
Yeah, we have hotels in Austin, Beaver Creek,
Oh,
everything in
okay,
Dayton,
yeah.
downtown.
North, yeah.
So-
Sure.
yeah, they're all scooped up.
Yeah.
And
Because I
then-
mean, not only like you said, you have the team coming in.
Yeah.
But you have family, you have friends,
You
you
have
have
family.
fans.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
But
that's
one of the
that's
things
one of
I-
the things that's wonderful.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we really enjoy is when we find out when the teams are checking into the hotel.
Yeah.
So we get a crowd and we find out their fight song.
Yeah.
And we get their school colors and there's
That's
maybe
great.
10, 12, and we wave
Yeah,
the
a
pom-poms.
welcoming committee.
Every
with-
lobby,
That's really
every
cool.
hotel
Everybody
lobby.
and cheer them. Welcome to Dayton.
Yeah, that's
Welcome
pretty
to
cool.
Dayton. And they come off the bus like,
Like,
whoa.
wow, these people know who we are.
Well,
I mean,
the thing
Exactly.
is, you
Yeah.
have to remember the teams that come to this tournament,
yeah.
they probably are coming from smaller schools,
Usually,
or
right.
schools
Yeah.
that don't have big television rights
Right.
or
Yeah.
big arenas.
Yep.
They're not used to sold out crowd. They're not used to that.
Yeah.
And so the Convention and Visitor Bureau, they trick out every hotel lobby depending
awesome.
on the teams.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to turn
it over real quick.
it twice.
Yeah, the
Because
buses
if
come,
you have
we got another one coming in 15
if you have
minutes.
more than one team stay at the
Sure.
same hotel.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to have the music of their school,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we usually have our bagpiper is
Oh,
there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the cheerleaders, which is,
Yeah,
us,
you're right. Yeah.
and other people from the LOC
Yeah.
are there to cheer. And what Judy's talking about is these kids who are not used to it. We're videotaping them.
Yeah.
Because Jackie Powell and her team has alerted media.
Right.
It's closed. People in the public don't know, but the media knows.
Yeah.
So we're used to shooting them.
Right.
They're so amazed that these players are getting off of the buses doing
Yeah, with their cameras, like, you're not going to believe this.
it.
Yeah.
They can't believe it.
Yeah, that's pretty
and then they also have basketball cookies in the lobby,
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
So it just,
So much
again, is an experience for these kids who
Yeah.
usually are not open to this
Yeah.
kind of crowd.
Yeah.
And we get letters and notes after the games from the
Sure.
coaches saying
Thank
that
you.
meant so much
Yeah.
to the team and to us, and thank you.
And I'm going to guess that's what keeps it here.
Yep, exactly.
You know
That's
what
the NCAA cares about, butts and seats.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you guys are doing a great job.
And we do.
You're doing
We
a
do
great job
job.
welcoming the teams.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And welcoming fans
Yep.
into
Yes.
our area. So that's what I want to get to before we continue on is the impact
Yeah.
that it has
my
on our
God.
community. I
Oh
mean,
my
it's
God.
got to be massive.
Oh, it is massive because I think, at the beginning, it was like $115 million economic impact. When you start thinking about hotels,
Right.
restaurants,
Sure.
people going and shopping, it's such a residual effect.
Right.
It is more than basketball. When
Yep.
people say, "Oh, they're just basketball games,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, these businesses
Yeah.
need this business.
Yep.
And many of our restaurants and businesses around, they're gearing up too.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
So
Sure.
they'll have things in their places of business that basically says, welcome to the epicenter
Yeah.
of college basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time
Yep.
community.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
just a huge boost to
It really
the economy in this area, but also to military families, right?
Oh my God. I just remember when we first started and we suggested that we wanted to do something for the military. It was not something that was adopted immediately. I mean,
Right.
we had to kind of fight for it.
Okay.
Now, if you look across all of the games in March Madness, they're all doing
Doing it. Yeah.
They're all doing
Right.
it now. So one of the things that we've done is the committee has solicited sponsors for this tournament.
Sure.
Premier is a sponsor. Montgomery County,
County,
is
right.
a sponsor
We've been on board since.
day one.
Yeah.
So part of that sponsorship, though, we're told, okay, you sponsored us. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give you all your tickets.
Yeah.
We're going to hold some of your tickets because we want to give them to military families.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on any given night, that Tuesday, Wednesday night,
Yeah.
for all those games, you'll see a heavy
Military
military
experience.
presence
That's awesome.
in the stands.
Yeah. And they love it.
And,
Yeah.
and they love it.
And it's so important here because Wright Pat Air Force Base is a major part of Dayton, Ohio.
Largest employer in the
Thank
state
you.
of Ohio.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's and to give back to them
Yes,
is
correct.
And I bet those families appreciate that so
my
much.
God.
I mean, I can't get a ticket.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
they would not probably be able to do that.
Yeah, they
and
wouldn't.
then they're recognized during the game. And usually one of
Yeah.
the nights there's a swearing-in
Swearing in.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Oh, very
Of new
cool.
officers.
Very, very cool.
People who are enlisting. So
Yeah.
that's done right on
Yeah.
center court.
So not only, this is what I love about this event, and you guys do such a great job at it, is that not only are you celebrating basketball, you know, because we've got great teams coming in, you guys are making sure that they're recognized and feeling appreciated.
Sure.
You know, but you're also doing things for this community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's only a couple of days long.
Correct.
But you are just doing massive amounts for the community. And I think that's hugely important. I think the NCAA is recognizing that.
Yes.
And that's why it's still here.
And they come in and kind of watch and you
Yeah.
know, check the whole thing out,
Yeah.
and they love it. And the other group I wanted to talk about, the money that Montgomery County gives, we target some tickets for children, for people that are in foster care, as well as some that are developmentally disabled a little bit, and so we have a chunk of that, and that
for
just
kids
means
who
so
would
much
never get an opportunity to come.
Yeah. See, this is what I mean. This is, and the answer. So with the use of the contract right now is through
28.
And is it
we
every
gotta apply again?
Every
it's like every 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why we've had it from the beginning.
There is a reason. And I appreciate what you guys are doing, and you're doing an amazing job. I can't wait for it. Selection Sunday. It's when you guys got to hunker down and really get busy after they've all been selected.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be great. I look forward to watching it every year. And thank you, Sharon, Judy, for coming in this morning.
Thank you
so much for the support.